So all these things are coming up. So you get the impression that the incidents are increasing, which I think is not true. It was always very rampant, because I remember Guruji used to tell us something about maybe 60, 70 years back in India, also in Bengal. We lived in joint families, also like in Italy also. Like the father or brothers, their wives, together, the children, big houses, joint families, common kitchen. And many people are very nostalgic about that time. That, the time of the joint families was so nice, so good. All children, cousins, brothers, sisters, sharing and growing up together, and in a big family, in a more open environment, rather than the small nucleus families. So when people expressed their nostalgia, Guruji used to tell them, don't tell me all these nice things about joint family. You don't know what is to happen there. It is God's grace that the joint family system has broken and is now becoming separate nucleus families. Better for the children in many ways. We don't know the kind of things that used to happen in joint families. And especially the children used to suffer more because they're easy victims. They don't even probably realize at such a tender age that something wrong is happening to them. They just suffer because they feel that maybe this is what we have to do. Maybe that is what is expected as a child, So that means that even before it was quite common. Only thing now it is coming more into the surface. And what will you do? I mean, if you catch somebody, if you get hold of somebody, you will put him in jail, you'll give him a very strong punishment. But will that really solve the root problem? The root problem being sexual suppression, sexual perversion. Why? Because people do not understand sexuality. Sex is the main energy, the root energy, because that is how we are born. We are born through sex. So sex is the energy that is the mother of all other energies. Whether we are, artists or speakers or writers or scientists or engineers, these are all energies, the expression of energies. But the root of all these energies is the sexual energy. That's why all the figures of, for example, of Kali, of Durga, all these Indian images, these figures, goddesses, are all goddesses of sex. They're all sexual totems or sexual symbols. It is called the Adya Shakti. Adya Shakti means the original energy. The science of Brahmacharya is a transformation of that energy towards higher chakras. Instead of their expressing themselves in the lower chakra, the science is to transform them into higher chakras, into higher expressions, into higher creations, higher level of creations. Even for domestic people, even for people who are married and who have a family, if there is restraint, if there is transformation of energy, then the potency of the seed are stronger and you get much better offsprings, much better children, better and more advanced, more evolved. For domestic people, for family, men and women who have some kind of conception about Brahmacharya, of restraint. But unfortunately, this science is not at all there. People are full of, they talk a lot, they joke a lot about this topic, but they actually we don't really discuss this. Neither the religions, nor education, nor society, nobody really discusses the depth and the beauty of this energy. You see? So, in India, there was a time, there was a time when sex and sexual energy were topics which were discussed more openly and more deeply. There is this Vatsayan, text of Vatsayan, which deals with the tantric aspects, the postures, the mudras, the sexual energy, the type of 4 types of men, 4 types of women, 4 types of bodies, 4 types of nature, and how related they are with sex, with sexual intercourse, interactions, and all these things. Also the art of sexual interactions, all these things are there. There are temples in India which have been recently discovered. About 40 or 50 years ago, the temples in Khajuraho, for example, were discovered from below the ground. Fantastic, beautiful images of sexual mudras and sexual postures on the walls of the temples, thousands. And many foreigners, they come to visit these places. Thousands of foreigners, more than Indians, foreigners come more to visit these Khajuraho temples. Wonderful, beautiful depictions. And very fantastic sexual figures outside the temple. But it's so full of ecstasy, it's so full of bliss, it's so full of trance. All the eyes are in trance, that you won't feel that you're looking at something ugly. On the contrary, you would feel that you are looking at something, the most beautiful thing that exists. But if you compare them with, for example, blue films or blue pictures or photos, then it's like heaven and hell. Because with the blue stuff, you will feel that you are really looking at something ugly. Your energy will start to go down. It will start to become negative. But if you look at the depictions of the Khajuraho temple, also Konark temple, there are few old temples, very ancient temples, where there's these depictions of sexual postures and mudras, where it is exploding with life, energy, happiness, bliss, and a kind of samadhi also. So millions of people are surprised because religion doesn't talk about it. They just say no, taboo. All religions. They don't even know why they are saying no. And even if they are saying, somebody is saying, okay, yes. Even they don't know why they are saying yes. They don't know the science and the secret of this beautiful energy. But once upon a time, our philosophy, our lifestyle, our yoga was full of understanding. There was a lot of analysis, a lot of discussion, a lot of study, a lot of experimentation on these subjects. Vatsayan's Kama Shastra was one of the first things that used to be taught to the children once they were 12 or 13 years old, the science of sex. So this information is not there, and in schools they try to sometimes introduce sex education for 13, 14-year-olds. Who are the ones who are writing the books? Who have no idea about this? Who are the ones who are teaching in classes? They have no idea either. Maybe the biology teacher, he has no idea at all. They only give you the organic depictions, but not the subtle information. Nothing about the chakras, nothing about the transformation, nothing about what this energy can do. It can bring forth the best mantras, the best poems, the best language, the best word, the best music. So many things it can. And even at the physical level, the best child. You see? So it has such a superb power. So there is so much to know, so much to explore, so much to understand.